Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with a new Mr. Informal podcast. Yes, the latest and greatest edition of the Mr. Informal podcast 226. So, how's everyone doing? Hopefully you are having a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and you are having a good night. Not only that, I hope you are healthy, stay healthy, and enjoying life. And please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MISTERINFORMAL. And then check out my website. Got some great stuff in there, including merchandise, products, and all that good stuff at mrinformal.com. That's MRINFORMAL.com. And again, I hope you are healthy because we have 4 topics that I will be speaking about or discussing. Number 1 is Yeezy designs will be no longer used at Adidas. Number 2, Wolverine has fired their CEO. Probably bad profits, bad revenues, bad earnings. So the shareholders probably fired him. Number 3, Funko. The makers of Funko Pops, Funko t-shirts, and all of your favorite movies, TV shows, and animes turn into a toy, is laying off a huge chunk of their workforce. And then last but not least, these social media are becoming an ecosystem. They have their own payments, they have their own revenues, they have their own sites, could be like X, all of that stuff. It's basically like WeChat. If you never heard of WeChat, go check it out. But it basically has its own payment system, social media, posting, Instagram, all in combination of one. So those are the 4 topics for this Mr. Informal podcast. And so let's go ahead and start the podcast. On the first topic from retaildive.com, titled Adidas CEO selling Yeezy designs in the future is now part of our strategy. Bjorn Gulden said that while the company is legally able to do that, our task is not to limit the damage and build a business later without Yeezy. Yeah, right. After Yeezy made you billions and billions of dollars, right? So Adidas CEO Bjorn Gulden has firmly eliminated the possibility of the athletics retailer selling Yeezy products without Yeezy name attached to them. That was floated in November last year, shortly after the end of the retailer's partnership with Ye, also known as Kanye West. The Yeezy's product is something that he created. He's the inventor of it, and we have been his partner. To take his design and sell them all later, which we technically could do, is now part of our strategy. Golden, our task is now to limit the damage, get rid of the inventory, use the proceeds to good, and build a business later without Yeezy. Executives said that the company made about 400 million euros, or about 441 million at the time of the publish. Word of sales thanks to the first sale of Yeezy products, which accounted for 20% of its total Yeezy inventory, and got rid of 100 million euros worth of costs associated with writing the inventory off. Well, there you go. You see, this you can tell the CEO is lying, because it's pretty obvious that if you look at the current lineup of Adidas, many of them are Yeezy designs, or you can say Yeezy inspired. I mean, it's pretty obvious, especially with their slippers. How could they not? Not only that, there's a lot of brands out there that is copying the Yeezy designs. And lastly, Adidas made billions and billions of dollars offloading all these inventory to the market. So look, he's not lying when he said it's just a partnership and Kanye West is actually Yeezy's, that is his invention. But to say that the design is not part of their strategy in the future is just lying to themselves. But it's alright, because as much as I hate to say, Nike's still #1 shoe brand in the world and still remains as the #1 shoe brand in the world. Adidas comes in second because for some reason Adidas just can't get their head out of their ass. If they only defended Kanye West, they would have been better off, but apparently not, because you know they're dealing with the devil right now, as many corporates or corporation is happening. Look, don't get me wrong, I do think that the Kanye West or the current Yeezy design will pass. I mean, it's not gonna stay in trend forever, but to say that they're not gonna be inspired by them is just lying to themselves. I mean, he's not a designer, he's just a CEO. So he may not know what's gonna come in. Heck, he probably can't even name more than 5 Yeezy model in the current Adidas lineup. Like I said, he's the CEO, not the designer. On to topic number 2 from Retail Dive. Wolverine worldwide fires CEO as company reports weak Q2 earnings. Wolverine Worldwide said Thursday it has terminated CEO Brandon Hopman and named Christopher Hufnagel, President and CEO. Hufnagel joined the company in 2008, has served as president since May, and previously held multiple leadership roles at Wolverine. Hufnagel joined Wolverine in 2008 and has served in leadership roles across the organization, and the company Hopman's termination effective August 6 was without case and was not a result of any disagreements related to the company's operation or policies, Wolverine said in a regulatory filing. The leadership changed as the company's reported soft second quarter. Revenue fell 70.4% year over year to $589.1 million. Wolverine lowered its full-year guidance Thursday, citing low order demand for global wholesale. I mean, is that his fault or the design's fault, or it could be marketing? But because Wolverine to me is more of commercial uses, not really consumer uses. But okay, you know, but look, if you gotta blame somebody, then yeah, you gotta blame the boss. Okay. In addition to its namesake brand, the company's portfolio includes Hush Puppies, Sperry, Bates, and Stride Right. Wolverine is also the global licensee for Cat and Harley Davidson footwear. Before joining Wolverine Worldwide, Hufnagel held senior leadership roles at Under Armour, Gap, and Abercrombie & Fitch. In other words, this company is gonna fail again. Come on. The new president, Christopher Hufnagel, I'm just gonna call him Christopher, had senior leadership Under Armour, which failed. Gap is failing. Abercrombie & Fitch is just slowly coming back. By the time it was failing, and you're telling me this person is gonna make a difference. I mean, you can tell that Wolverine is not doing so well. I mean, at some point you gotta change the design. Maybe you gotta market your brand worldwide to the reaches. Maybe actually market the brand Wolverine. How it's durable, tough. It's a heritage brand. It's a USA brand, made in USA brand. If they still make, look, I'm hoping they still make made in USA stuff. Come on. I mean, do they not get it? But it seems like they don't get it, because this person, their current CEO, was just fired just like that because of weak earnings. It's pretty obvious that the shareholders was not happy. And so the chief financial officer Mike Stornant said that they are on track to meet year-end inventory target of $520 million. Inventory at the end of Q2 was $647.9 million, which doesn't really matter. But look, in the end, they're still gonna go down unless certain things change, such as design, marketing, maybe wholesale price, maybe quality wise. I mean, a lot of things need to happen, not including that customer service. But come on, you're replacing him with somebody who's previously worked for Under Armour, Gap, and Abercrombie and Fitch. Really, Wolverine? Well, good luck. On to the third topic, something that hits me because I do collect back then. From time to time, I still do, depending on the style and model. So from retail.com, Funko lays off 12% of workforce. Funko, the makers of Funko Pops that you see in Walmart, at Target, Barnes and Nobles, and so on. The staff cuts affect 180 employees. Comments the company for its pop culture inspired figures and collectibles. Sales fell 24% as of Q2. Amid continuing sales declines and surplus inventory issues, toy company Funko announced laid off 12% of its workforce and 180 employees for a company press release. The job cuts as a result of the company's rationalizing its product lines to focus more on products and businesses that are the most productive. Funko Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer Steve Nave said in a call with investors Thursday. The layoffs come as Funko reported second quarter net sales fell by 24% year over year to $240 million, while it swung a net loss of $75.9 million from a profit of $15.8 million for the same period last year. The company's gross margin in Q2 fell 29.2% from 32.7% as of last year. Well, it's pretty obvious. They make everything and anything, which you should not be doing. Why would you create figures from shows that are not even popular? It's pretty obvious that they're gonna say the most productive. Let me get Star Wars, Marvel, Batman. Every damn Batman, every year, every month, there's always a Batman figure of Funko Pops out there. I'm getting sick and tired of it. I really never understood that. So the company has made excellent progress in disposable inventory that was in excess of our warehouse capacity, which has enabled us to process customer orders more quickly and eliminate certain related storage costs and container rental charges. Wow, you just thought of that? Look, it's really simple. I mean, I do think that these figures are very popular, and they still are every day. I mean, kids are not gonna disappear. I mean, there's always kids growing up every year, every generation. But the fact is that not every show, every TV, every movie, every popular figure in the world needs to have a Funko Pop. I mean, I can understand if you want to make a Funko Pop of Sesame Street, but why do you have to make a Funko Pop of, let's say, the movie The Flash with Ezra Miller? I mean, I don't need a Funko Pop of him. When there's the regular Flash from the comic books, there's already a Funko Pop. Not only that, why do I need a Funko Pop of The Last of Us TV show at Netflix? Why? I mean, when you already had the video game, you already made a Funko Pop, but why do I need a TV show for that? I mean, I'm just trying to understand. To me, is that if it's a great movie, sure, make one. But if it's a bad movie, again, or even a bad show, or a show that's not even popular, why bother with it? I mean, then you can ask me, well, what makes a good show a good show? Well, I don't know, if it lasts more than one season, if it lasts more than 2 seasons, if there's actually a cult following of it, similar to Star Wars, or maybe similar to especially Batman fans. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. Not only that, if we go into the anime, I mean, there are certain shows, anime, that don't even need to have a Funko Pop because they don't last long. But hey, I mean, that's just me. I think it's pretty obvious that this company is producing more than they are selling. Not only that, they're they have so many SKUs or styles that should not even be made, and they're just wasting money on development and operation costs in their headquarters. But hey, that's them. And so on to the last topic, ecosystem. No article for this one, but this is going to be obvious the more I explained it. X, Meta, and other social media, don't be same with Google. They're all going to become a social media ecosystem. This means that social media, biggest example is Meta or Facebook. You have Facebook as the social media communication. Then you have Facebook payments or Meta payments, right? For payments. Then you have the Facebook marketplace. Then you have Instagram, right? Then you have WhatsApp for messaging. All over the world, they own WhatsApp. That's basically an ecosystem right there. I mean, you can send money via Facebook. You can make payment via Facebook. That's all in one, and that's what's happening with WeChat. If you don't know, that's basically a social media chat, social media app in China. Also, that's what Elon Musk wants to do. You can have Twitter as the social media for posting and also sending messages. Then he also wants to make a payment system. Not only that, he also wants creators, whether it be posting news or posting whatever they want, and they make money off of it. But at the same time, he's probably gonna want more. Heck, don't be surprised if it becomes a lifestyle, meaning he's going to integrate Tesla to X, which most likely that's gonna happen. So now it's gonna be a lifestyle thing, not just an ecosystem thing. And so obviously it's gonna live in your phone, it's gonna live in your car, it's gonna live in your house, in your computer, and so on and so on. And they're gonna mine your data and make AI out of it. I mean, that's what it's gonna look like. I mean, China's been doing it for years and years. What I don't like about this is that when you are stuck, it's same with Apple ecosystem, is that's it. I mean, if you're used to it, you can't get out. There's no other company. Same with this, X, Meta, Facebook, whatever. I mean, if you want to get out, well, I mean, you're basically going to get out of their whole thing. Me, I'm not a fan of this because they can censor multiple apps, multiple communication system. I'm not a fan of that. Hopefully Elon doesn't, but I know Zuck does it. You know, he likes to kiss ass with the current president and who's ever in charge. But hey, that's just me. And hopefully the public notices, and hopefully the public does not accept it, because I really don't like censorship. And as you know, everybody's trying to censor the internet, especially Google. Google is already an ecosystem by themselves. They're also trying to control Android and so on. I mean, Google has its own social media platform, aka Facebook. I mean, YouTube. That's their own social media platform, even though it's more a video platform. But you know, they try to get that Google Wave, Google profiles. Or I don't know. There was just way too many stuff that Google did. But the fact is that a lot of these social media are becoming ecosystem, and don't be surprised if this becomes the norm. Not only that, it just so happens to be that those two are the biggest social media platforms out there. Meta, you have Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, you got payments and Facebook Marketplace. Heck, there's even a Facebook dating. Then you have X, Twitter, then Tesla, owned by Elon Musk. Then there's also going to be a payment system that X is working on. And then don't be surprised if there's also a video platform happening in X or in Twitter. Heck, Twitter can be the video platform. If they do, I might have to move to Twitter. And so this basically concludes this Mr. Informal Podcast 226. 226. Hopefully you listened to me from beginning to end, and if you did, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you learned something and I gave you some news that you have not heard before. So stay healthy, be healthy wherever you are in the world. You have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and you have a good night. And so I will see you in the next podcast, Mr. Informal Podcast. Bye-bye.